Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully this will be the last installment for the seating area, or at least the bedding area. I don't know what you want to call it, the seat support. So I have this wire here, and I've got an idea for something I want to do because if you recall in the image that I showed in the last video, there was a red wire that ran up the side, and so I have an idea of what I want to do with this, but I need to kind of straighten it out a little bit, and I don't know the best way to do that. So, I mean, I could use some pliers and all that kind of stuff, but that just doesn't seem like a very good idea either. So, I don't know. At the very least, I want to get this bend out of it. So you see, got a very sharp bend here. So I'm gonna try to get that out. All right. And the problem with this wire is that like I try to straighten it and it just kind of turns on me. So I may not be able to straighten it all that much. I had an idea of maybe trying to roll it between something, but I don't think it's going to roll that much. So I'm just going to kind of live with it like that. I mean, it'll kind of look like a wire. So here's my idea, and I suppose we can probably take this off now. Almost there. So who else that's a Star Wars fan, anytime you say almost there, you don't like immediately go to that line. I mean, if you don't, then you're not a Star Wars fan or you're lying. So that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about that. All right. So we've also got this, and let's go ahead and I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to run the backside. So run the backside. This is the sharp side. This is the backside. I'm just going to run the backside along this seam just to kind of break the paint. Let me get this up here so you can see it. So just to make sure that when I pull this out, I'm not like peeling the paint off. What do you think? Kind of unfortunate for the little scratch there. And these little scratches I'm putting on the sides there, but yeah. So anyway, let's get back to where I was going with this. All right. So I'm just going to put a couple screws in. I just have to mark where this is going to go. So what I'm wanting to do is I'm going to put this here as to simulate that red wire. And what I want to do is I'm going to drill a hole right there. I broke the tip of I'm breaking all kinds of stuff. Broke the tip of my knife. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here and I'm going to attach it into that hole and then I'm going to bend it here. So what that's going to allow me to do is I'll put a hole here, run this across, and then I'll drill a hole in this wall where this goes, and then I'll just fit that into the wall as well. So let's just have a look here. So if you recall, we painted this wall, but we haven't done anything with it. So it just kind of fits in the dovetails there. Man, I go through all this effort and you guys don't even see it. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here, and then I'll drill a hole over here. As long as I get a mark in it. So yeah, I think this hole is more or less right on this seam right here. So I'm just gonna, I don't want it to go in the seam. There we go. Just get it started and just give it light pressure. Let's see. You can see kind of um, the little shavings there. So I'm just going to give it light pressure, and I'm going to go all the way through because might as well. There we go. Wasn't so bad. All right, and let's take this one, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go all the way through, and this one's just a guessing because my mark that I made before did not leave much of a mark. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it off with some alcohol to clean it. This is metal. I don't know how well the paint's going to stick to it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it. I'm going to prime it first, then I'll just hand paint it with some red, whatever red this is, red gloss. No, I don't want red gloss. Do I have any kind of dull red? Or no, it's all red gloss apparently. So I guess I'm using red gloss. But what I'm going to do is then, because in that image, oops, sorry, in that image, yes, it was red, but it was, old and dirty and, stop moving, old and dirty and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to come back over it with like just either a gray or a white or something just to kind of dull it down, um, and make it not quite so bright. So I'll do that after the fact as well. So, and then we'll put it in when we put this whole thing together. So we'll just get this stuff out of the road. All right, when I come back, I'll have this at least primed and maybe I'll paint it before. I'll do the red before I come back or whatever, just to kind of get it done. Um, and but I'll let you see me put the wash or whatever on it. All right, and then after that, we're going to kind of finish this thing up, and basically, I'm gonna add some stuff to darken this up and bring out the details of this, and we'll probably put some different darker shades of gray or something just to kind of add some details or whatever. And then we got this here. We're going to do some stuff with that as well. So some dry brushing and whatnot. All right, see you after a bit. All right, so what I'm going to do now, while we're waiting for the primer to dry and all that kind of stuff, is we're going to start kind of roughing this up a little bit. So what I want is, we're going to do some dry brushing. So I want some flat black, which I have right here. So this is, there's no rhyme or reason to this. This is just kind of artistic licensing, right? So, I mean, You gotta imagine kind of oil spots and all that kind of stuff. So you get even more paint off. So let's kind of imagine, if you will, there's kind of dark spots from getting in here, right? So as you climb in and out, it kind of makes things dark. We'll kind of darken this up. And we'll just kind of something like that. Like it's, you know, takes a little bit, you know, it's where stuff goes. Now this side here, we're definitely going to have some stuff, like, because there's going to be oils and all kinds of stuff over here probably. So we'll have to be really creative. So we're going to kind of like some splattered up there. Because one thing we know is the Falcon does not look new and pristine. So after we do all this wonderful painting, we have to come back and kind of dirty it up a little bit, you know? Wow. All right. Add some color here. I mean, let's kind of pretend in our mind, yeah, there's wires, but that doesn't mean there's not some sort of hydraulics or something over here as well, right? So we can add all kinds of different stuff. That's plenty. And we don't have to do much with this back part here because that's where the seat's going to go. So maybe people rub up against this as they slide in, right? So I don't really like this brush for this. I need something with a little bit more kind of stiffness to it. Oh, that's plenty. Holy cow. All right. I did such a great job wiping off all the extra paint. There we go. There we go. And of course, we can't blend that in just a little bit. Of course, there's going to be stuff stored on top, right? You know, so there's definitely going to be dirt and stuff up here, so maybe we have a couple of oil spots, right? Yeah. Okay. Jeez. The problem with having such a small amount of paint, I can't tell where the paint's at compared to where the brush is when I'm putting it in there. All right. So, oops. All right. So, pull this wire back where it belongs. Right. Okay. So I would say that's plenty of that for now. Let's come in with some silver. Now we're gonna go with some micro brushes for this, and we're gonna see what we can do here. All right, let's get this out of the road. Get some of that off. All right. Okay. What do you think? so far. A little bit of definition to it. Okay, and now for the fun part. So we're going to brush these on, and I'm going to get my other glasses so that way I can have a fighting chance on seeing what the heck I'm doing here. All right, there we go. Oh, gee, Christmas. Holy shnikes. You'll see what I'm doing. All right. What do you think? Pretty good, right? We're just getting started, ladies and gents. All right. There's not much left. Might as well use it up. But that's okay. I've got some of this here, this Vallejo, and I may have to thin that to be able to airbrush with it. But I've got plenty of paint. So, all right. So this one is going to require a very steady hand. Moment of truth. All right. I just want this area to be a bit darker. All right. So the trick is, and maybe I should have done this before I did the silver. I don't know. We'll find out. But the trick is not to cover up the silver. And I don't have to do it perfectly because you're going to be seeing it from a long ways away, relative terms, right? So when you open this up and look through the hatch, you're about as far away, maybe a little bit farther than what the camera is to this right now. So it's a ways away. I think I'm going to have to come back with some silver and touch this up. That's fine. I don't mind doing that. The silver is simple enough to do. I can control it fairly well, a lot easier than I can this stuff. So some people ask me if I always stir my paint or if I um, ever shake it. So I don't know if you can tell, but this paint lid has gotten stuck on this thing a couple of times. And the reason for that is because paint gets up on the top. You can see like right here, that's some dry paint. So makes it very difficult sometimes to get the lid off cleanly because it gets all stuck on there. I'm not sure what all colors we're going to do, but we'll do some blues, probably some white. Blue and white, I think. I thought about yellow, but I think white will do. But we'll do a couple blues. Maybe we'll do the lighter blue. Yeah, let's do the lighter blue, not this bright blue. And yeah, so there is that. Now all we need to do is the wire goes across, and we'll get that painted up. The wire will go in when we put this on the floor, which I'm not sure exactly when that is. I don't believe it's in this issue. Let's have a look. Actually, we do. We'll be putting in this issue. While we're here, we do have another piece that we have to do, and that is right here. So this is the light that goes on here. Let's go ahead and get this out and get this painted up. It's nothing spectacular, right? It's just a little piece of plastic supposed to simulate a couple of light bulbs, right? So what did I do? Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this up just a little bit. So I'm gonna clean this up off camera, and I'm gonna paint it off camera because it's nothing special. I'm just gonna paint the middle section, the dark gray, and then these parts here are supposed to be the lights. I'm gonna paint those white, nice and simple. And yeah, so I'll do all that off camera. But so next time you see me, I'm gonna go ahead and probably do the wire as well off camera. So when we come back, we'll be putting this on the floor. So all right, stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. So here we are. Here is the final part. I have went ahead and attached it to the floor. So as you can see, I've weathered it a little bit, kind of made it look a little bit dirty. We've detailed some of the items up here, and I went ahead and painted this wire. I'm going to wait and attach this wire until after we put this wall on right here, because I do have a hole in that wall for it, but it's essentially going to go, let me get it kind of started. It's essentially going to go, and I'm going to definitely have to get some glue in here because it probably could have handled being a tad bit longer, but so it's essentially going to go in there and then should go into the wall right there. But what I'll do is I'll glue that in, and we'll have it like that. So let me kind of try to hold it here and show you what it's going to kind of look like. So we'll have this red wire there, and that'll come across. And so once we put this wall in, I'll put this in place. And there you go. So this is the seat back. And next time we will be actually doing the cushions on the seat, and then we'll put the seat in place. So we're doing this part next time. That should just be a single episode by itself. So we'll go through that. We'll fill in any that we need to. Hopefully we don't have to fill any in, and we'll go from there. Looks like we'll have a decision to make whether or not we're going to. We'll just see how it goes. But yeah, so we'll get that put in, and we'll get this all set up, and we'll be ready to rock and roll and move on to issue 9. So far, the interior area is coming together. So we'll get that put in, and then eventually we'll put in the DeAgostini table. So that'll be cool. Something that we did several issues ago, and it'll be filling in. So hopefully you like that, and let me know what you guys think of how this is coming along, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.